Do you want to get started with online dating without becoming one of those victims of romance scams? In this 5-part series, I'm going to give you the tools to do just that. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to start talking about the first tip. My name is Shawn Davis, and I'm a licensed clinical social worker in Florida. And I wanted to give as many people as possible these tips so that you don't become one of these victims of romance scams that seems to be so popular, and it's still going on even though there's a popular TV show that warns people about this kind of thing. And so, what we're going to get into today is my first tip on stranger danger. And basically, what this tip is about is helping you to set the intention in your head when you're before you're even talking to somebody, that you got to remember that every phase that you're talking to somebody when you're dealing with online dating, or even if you're just talking to somebody on social media, is that what they're doing is getting together in groups. And so basically, these are actors. They are using this as a job. It's their employment is to scam you. And so when you treat somebody as a stranger at all phases until you have actually verified identity, then you're going to be less wooed into the romance story. Now, this might irritate some people who don't want to be judged as being a scammer. And that's okay. People have a right to their feelings, but you got to remember that your rights to be in a safe situation are just as important as their rights to be given a chance. And so, how you communicate this to somebody is that I do believe your story. I just have to protect myself and make sure that I'm not being scammed by somebody, who could make up the same kind of story, and somebody who's really wanting you to be safe and to kind of, they're thinking about what you need. If you talk to them in a really open way about it, then usually people who are honest are going to want you to feel safe. And so they may give you even names of friends to talk to. They may let you talk to their family or verify employment. Is that you want to have that conversation about making sure that we're both in this situation that really works for us, right? And so an authentic, genuine dater is going to be okay with that kind of thing because they care about you. They don't want somebody to feel like they're about to be a victim of something, or to be murdered or something like that. So what I want you to do when you're dating, whether it's through social media or through an online dating site, is make sure that in your head you're remembering this is a stranger. So just remember stranger danger or some sort of, thing that will be easy for you to remember. But remember that you don't want to get so intimate so early until you have taken those steps to verify identity. Now, one note I want to make sure that you know about online dating sites is they do not verify identity. My favorite app that's out is actually Bumble, because they will verify that the person you're talking to is who they are through, I think it's like a photo verification kind of thing. So that's a good step that they take that other apps and sites don't do, but don't rely on that exclusively. You still want to make sure you're taking extra steps. And as we go through this video series, we'll talk a little bit more about what some of those steps could be. But for this video, the main skill we're talking about is making sure that you set your intention when you're talking to people, so that when you're hearing the stories that they're telling you, that you're not getting wooed into the basically just the fiction of it all. So make sure that you kind of hold back a little bit. And maybe avoid things like sending nudes, and we'll get into those as we go through the series. But ultimately, just make sure that you remember when you're talking to them, this could be, some chef all the way across the, world who looks nothing like their pictures. You don't want to get into a situation where your trust is being violated, and that's why we want to take steps to keep ourselves safe. Okay, so remember, every match is a stranger, and don't get too intimate too quickly until you have taken those steps. So hope this has been really helpful. Please subscribe to my channel because I will be putting out videos And these will cover all phases of love, single, dating, and marriage. And as I release new courses, I'm going to release new free information like this. So you definitely want to make sure that you hit that little subscribe down below and help me feel loved by having an audience. Thanks. Bye.